The year was 1971, and the subcontinent was on the brink of a conflict that would reshape its political map. The Indo-Pak War was underway, and amidst the theater of operations, one battle stood out as a testament to unparalleled bravery and strategic brilliance: the Battle of Longewala, the Thar Desert. December 4th, 1971. A full moon hangs heavy in the inky sky, casting long, eerie shadows across the sand dunes. In the desolate outpost of Longewala, a mere 5 kilometers from the Pakistani border, 120 Indian soldiers under the command of the young Major Kuldip Singh Chandpuri stand vigilant. The air crackles with a hushed tension, a premonition of the storm about to break. A canvas of ochre dunes stretched beneath a merciless sun, its silence broken only by the wind's mournful song. Here, amidst the desolate beauty, stood Longewala, a solitary Indian outpost, a sentinel against the unknown. Little did its 120 brave defenders know that this day would etch their names in the annals of military history, a testament to valor against seemingly insurmountable odds. December 3rd, 1971. It's evening and the tension escalated along the western border as the Pakistani Air Force launched preemptive strikes against Indian air bases. By night, India responded with a full-scale offensive, targeting Pakistani air bases and striking deep into enemy territory. December 4th, 1971. In the morning, the Indian Army launched a ground offensive on the Western Front, aiming to liberate Bangladesh from Pakistani occupation. By afternoon, the Indian Army advanced. The Battle of Longewala unfolded on the Western Front, a region in the Thar Desert near the India-Pakistan border. The battle unfolds. December 4th, 1971, 2 p.m. The Pakistani army, aiming to cut off the Indian Army's advance, launched an attack on the isolated post of Longewala. A company of the Punjab Regiment, supported by tanks, advanced towards Longewala, a strategic location guarded by a single company of Indian soldiers under Major Kuldip Singh Chandpuri. 4:30 p.m. The battle commenced as the Pakistani tanks engaged the Indian defenders. The 23rd Battalion of the Punjab Regiment led the assault, hoping to swiftly overpower the outnumbered Indian troops. 5 p.m. An eerie quiet hung over the post. Major Kuldip Singh Chandpuri, a young officer with steely resolve, received intelligence reports of unusual Pakistani troop movement. Tension crackled in the air, thick and acrid. Chandpuri, his eyes like embers in the fading light, ordered his men to battle stations. 7 p.m. The desert roared to life as Pakistani artillery shells rained down on Longewala. Explosions carved craters in the sand, spewing plumes of orange smoke. Chandpuri, calm amidst the chaos, directed his men to take cover in bunkers. 8 p.m. Under the cloak of darkness, a Pakistani armored brigade, numbering over 2,000 men and 30 T-59 tanks, materialized from the dunes. They charged towards Longewala, a mechanized Leviathan intent on crushing the tiny outpost. 9 p.m. The Indian soldiers, armed with anti-tank rockets and recoilless rifles, emerged from their bunkers, their hearts pounding a staccato rhythm against the drumbeat of war. The first tank fell victim to a well-aimed RPG, its steel belly erupting in a fiery blossom. The desert echoed with the clang of metal and the roar of engines as the battle raged. 10 p.m. Chandpuri, displaying tactical brilliance, ordered his men to form a horseshoe defense around the post. This allowed them to concentrate their fire on the Pakistani columns, turning the desert into a killing field. Tank after tank met its fiery demise, their hulks becoming twisted monuments to Indian valor. 11 p.m. The Pakistani attack intensified, with their tanks advancing and engaging the Indian soldiers. Despite being vastly outnumbered and outgunned, The Indian troops under Major Chandpuri displayed extraordinary resolve and fought fiercely to hold their ground. Amidst the inferno, 2 Pakistani infantry battalions attacked the flanks of the Longewala perimeter. The Indian soldiers, though outnumbered, fought with the ferocity of cornered tigers. Grenades detonated, machine guns chattered, and bayonets clashed in the blood-soaked sand. 12 a.m., December 5th. The Pakistani assault continued into the night, with the Indian soldiers using their anti-tank weapons to target the advancing tanks. The battle turned into a desperate struggle as the Pakistani forces pressed on and the Indian defenders continued to resist against overwhelming odds. Dawn revealed a scene of carnage. The desert floor was littered with the smoldering remains of Pakistani tanks and the bodies of fallen soldiers. Exhausted but triumphant, the Indian soldiers surveyed the battlefield, their faces etched with the grime of war and the pride of victory. But the respite was short-lived. Pakistani forces, stung by the defeat, regrouped and launched another attack at dawn. This time, however, the Indian Air Force arrived on the scene. Hunter fighter jets swooped down, their rockets and cannons tearing through the remaining Pakistani armor and infantry formations. December 5, 1971, midnight, Ausdonmoers. The battle raged on through the night. The Pakistani army, confident of victory, continued its assault, but Major Chandpuri and his men held on tenaciously. The desert night echoed with the sounds of gunfire and explosions. Dawn is 500 tiasters. As dawn approached, the Indian Air Force entered the fray. Hunter aircraft armed with rockets and cannons launched devastating strikes on the Pakistani tanks, disrupting their advance. The air support proved to be a turning point in the battle. Morning, AO-800 ARs. The Indian Air Force's intervention gave a respite to the besieged Longewala defenders. The surviving Pakistani tanks retreated, leaving the battlefield strewn with the wreckage of their failed assault. Late morning, 1100 ARs. The Battle of Longewala had shifted decisively in favor of the Indian Army. The valor of Major Kuldip Singh Chandpuri and his men, combined with the timely air support, had thwarted the Pakistani attack and secured Longewala. By noon, the battle was over. Longewala stood defiant, a symbol of Indian resilience. The outnumbered defenders had repelled a much larger force, inflicting heavy casualties and halting the Pakistani advance. Their victory, etched in the sands of the Thar, became a turning point in the 1971 war, boosting Indian morale and paving the way for eventual victory. Aftermath and significance. December 6, 1971, the Indian Army continued its advances on the Western Front, leading to the encirclement of Pakistani forces in the eastern sector. December 16, 1971, the war culminated in the historic surrender of Pakistani forces in Dhaka, leading to the creation of Bangladesh. Legacy of Longewala. The Battle of Longewala became synonymous with unparalleled courage and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. Major Kuldip Singh Chandpuri and the soldiers at Longewala were honored for their valor, receiving awards and recognition for their extraordinary contributions. The battle showcased the importance of strategic planning, effective use of available resources, and the critical role of air support in modern warfare. Longewala remains etched in the annals of military history as a symbol of India's unwavering determination and the ability to overcome adversity. In the vast expanse of the Thar Desert, where the heat and the sands bore witness to a fierce clash of arms, the Battle of Longewala stood as a shining example of courage, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of those who defend their homeland. News of the valiant defense at Longewala spread like wildfire, inspiring a nation and bolstering the morale of the Indian armed forces. The Battle of Longewala became a symbol of indomitable spirit and unwavering patriotism. Major Kuldip Singh Chandpuri and his men were hailed as heroes, their names etched in the annals of military history. The Battle of Longewala was not just a victory for India. It was a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and triumph against all odds. In the vastness of the Thar Desert, where the winds whispered tales of bravery, Longewala stood as a beacon of hope and courage for generations to come.